again, I say thank you guys for being here. We really do appreciate it. She has not made it in the room yet. No worries. So we're going to actually start with our financial report, and then our secretary should be in the room to give us a secretary's report, and then we can move forward with the reason why I believe all of you guys are here, and I'm so excited about it. So we'll have our treasurer, Erica Booker, come and give us our financial report. Y'all clap for us, so, make sure we get well. Good afternoon, or good evening.
Good evening.
So these are the financials for February 2026. Beginning balance was $3,657.56. Deposits and credits is $18,126.97. Withdrawals is $2,911.39. Fees $15. Checks $275, with an ending balance of $18,583.14. That is the end of that. One quick thing is the band banquet. Originally the tickets were supposed to be done this past Friday, but because we don't have enough, we're going to extend the due date on when it's due, and if we could ask for ASAP, if everyone could please at least fill out the Google form, because I need to get that head count out to Nexia, as well as our chef. They need a number count of how many, and right now, it's only looking like, at the exact number, we have 65 students going, and that's usually so not close to our numbers that we usually produce. So the tickets to register are online, which is mightycougarband.myshopify.com. As soon as you scroll on it, it's going to be the first little thing that you see. It's going to say band banquet Google form. Fill that out, and then it'll take you to the payment page. If you have any questions, please feel free to call me. The tickets are $35 per person. Seniors are free. Staff is free. Volunteers are free. But your kids, you still have to pay for your kids if they're underclassmen. All right. Any other questions, concerns, corrections?
Did y'all hear and understand everything she said?
Yes,
We're
ma'am.
good? Excellent. All right, well, now we'll have Ms. Quito with our secretary's report. Not really. Tell me real quick.
Very quick. All right, so last month's meeting was March 3rd. We had the treasurer's report. We had an update on the band banquets. Yeah, that's about it. It's not a lot. So yeah, opinion, most improved. Oh, we talked about awards, don't matter. Yeah, that's it.
That's it. All right. Excellent. Thank you. So you guys have heard our secretary report, our treasurer's report. What I do want to add, the reason why we didn't have a whole lot of updates is because you guys have been absolutely amazing and awesome. So I want to say thank you to each and every last one of you all. I know for this year, especially if this was your first or second year, it kind of felt like we was begging for a lot of money and y'all wanted to know why, right? So I appreciate your questions and wondering, okay? It was definitely put to great use. The treasurer and I were able to communicate, and we did express that this year we spent about $200,000 as it relates to taking care of our band this year, okay? Now that does not include you all taking care of the uniforms that our children have purchased as well. So we were able to cut the check on that last week, or was it this week? This week we were able to cut the check, and so uniforms are on the way. Okay. Excellent place to clap your hands, which means that our 8th graders get to experience like a whole new level of uniforms, right? And then those that are in the 11th grade this year, their senior year, they get to walk out on the field in such amazing looking uniforms that we are super excited about. So thank you. Now, what I do want to tell you guys before we get there is that the financial report for next year, or the financial obligation for next year, is going to look a little different, okay? So I will agree that we don't have a big major purchase to make like uniforms, okay? But I will also be super honest with you all and say that our football schedule is very travel heavy. Y'all seen the gas prices, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so if it's that to fill up our little cars, if it's, you know, it's taking me, my little car went from $30 to $60. So if my vehicle has doubled, we can almost guarantee that the fuel for the buses, as well as for our truck that carries our equipment, those expenses are definitely going to skyrocket next year. And we want to safeguard this program for that, okay? What that means is we're going to need a minimum of $200,000 because that's what we spent this year, right? But we spent that this year with very minimal travel. We had a lot of games at home and a lot of opportunities to build fundraising inside of that concession stand. This year is going to be more of like half concession, which means the rest, we're either going to have to come out of pocket or we're going to have to fundraise for it. And that is just me being open and honest and transparent with you all, okay? But again, I say that we've done such an amazing job of keeping this program going this year. We've not necessarily had to beg. Now, we've had to nudge you a little bit to do these fundraisers, but we have not had to beg. So again, thank you for an amazing year. Now, we do have some updates coming up, or we have some dates to finish out this particular season, which I know for the high school, we're looking at Battle of the Bands on the 23rd. And I do believe, do we still need volunteers for that? Or
Yes.
We do still need chaperones and volunteers. So if you are available on the 23rd, please do see Miss Leela tonight before you leave so that we can get you plugged in and working even this year, okay? Miss Booker also just pointed out and reminded us about the banquet that we have on May 2nd. So you want to make sure you go ahead and get your tickets for that. Sorry, I don't know why I wanted to be the second, child. May 1st, that Friday, May 1st. So go ahead and get your tickets. But also go ahead and get your dresses. Like, get your outfits. Like, put that thing on because we're doing a masquerade ball, y'all. It's going to be so much fun and such a beautiful event. And we want you all there to enjoy. I did send out an email today as well that has a few other dates in them, like the middle school concert, the high school spring concert. We're in the midst of spring camp now. And then as well, we're doing a fundraiser right now, right? Y'all selling popcorn? No? Y'all don't like double good? What's that? Y'all silent. What's going on? No? Okay, well everybody buy popcorn from me then, since y'all not selling or doing that. Just send your people to me, okay? Because we do want to go ahead and have success with that fundraiser so that we are not going into the new season with any levels of debt, okay? Is that fair? Yes? Okay, excellent. All right, well, I believe this is why you guys are here, so we'll get right into it, okay? Don't you worry. Oh, gotcha. All right, so it is time for us to do our level of voting and to insert new officers, okay? So for the 2026-2027 year, there are quite a few positions available, okay? Now, I want to know, or we want to know, where your interest is, period, okay? So I won't tell you that there are positions that are continuing to be filled or none that are available, okay? Because I want to say that they're all up for grabs or available, especially if you want them, okay? Miss Karen is our media communications person, and she's done such an amazing and excellent job with it this year, right? And though she's done an excellent job with it, we don't want to seclude her to that position if she wants to venture off and do something else, okay? So I say that to say, just because you see a person in a position this year, it does not necessarily mean that that is where they'll land or where you will vote them in place for next year, okay? And so, of course, we do have the position of president. The president will conduct and preside over all meetings. This person is going to work really closely with the board as well, the board of directors, as well as with the director of the band to ensure that all needs of the band are being taken care of, okay? Under the president, of course, is a vice president. The vice president will preside in all meetings in the absence of the president or as instructed by the president. Now, I do also want to say that for this vice president's role, all other committees fall under there, okay? So everybody reports to our vice president, okay? Then we have our secretary. Of course, they're going to keep all of our accurate records and maintain the minutes for all of our meetings. We have our treasurer, who is the person, of course, holding our money back and ensuring that we have accurate accounts, receipts, disbursements, all according to the approved budget that we have set for the year. And then you have the director of concessions and fundraising, okay? That is a coupled position. And so the director of concession and fundraising would be, of course, over our concession stand and have direction there, but also be the liaison for all fundraisers that we have, okay? And then, so those, all of those members are board members, okay? Under there, you have committee members. Now, before I go to the committee members, are there any questions regarding the board members? Yes, ma'am.
Do you have assistant secretary and assistant treasurer?
We sure do. We do. That would be easily. Anyone else? Okay. All right. So as it relates to the committee members, we have our fundraising coordinator. Now, the fundraising coordinator is going to be the person that's going to coordinate all fundraisers, okay? So we do have the director of concessions and fundraising. This person will fall directly up under there, and just ensuring that we are communicated well as it relates to the fundraisers that we have. We also have our chaperone coordinator, who is responsible for scheduling all of our volunteers for away games, performances, competitions. They'll ensure that we know what we're doing while we're traveling to keep our band safe. You will have an assistant director of concession and fundraising. And we have a medic coordinator who is responsible for assisting the band with any medical needs that the band may have. We have our communications coordinator, who is going to be responsible for dispersing all information, for recording the band at special events, and the upkeep of our social media platforms. We do also have our band student services coordinator, who is responsible for coordinating all meals, snacks for all of our games and ensuring that all of our students are taken care of while we are away. We have our setup crew coordinator, who works really well with our setup crew within the band to ensure that all of our equipment gets from one place to the other and that we don't leave anything. And then one position that was added this year was our security coordinator, who walked alongside of the band to ensure no one was breaking into lines or disrespecting our band as they travel, going in and out of the stadium and all that great stuff, okay? Now, all of these positions that I listed, they all have an assistant as well, and this is where the assistant treasurer and the assistant secretary would fall as well as it relates to the committee members, okay? The only other person or position that has not been listed is the middle school liaison or middle school representative, and that is simply because that person is selected directly from Mr. Calvert and Ms. Wright. That's her right name, right? Okay. And Ms. Wright, that person typically volunteers, but they would give us that name. That is not a voting position, okay? Now, what questions, comments do you all have? All right, excellent. And so with that being said, we definitely want to be prepared for next month as it relates to voting, okay? So as it relates to us being prepared, last year if you were here, we did like an interest meeting in March. We did another interest meeting in April, and then we did nominations in April, and then we voted in May. And so to not have any level of confusion as to when we vote, what information, all of that, we just did everything in one. So tonight is interest and nominations, okay? And so at this point, we definitely want to know if any of the positions that were listed, if that is something that you could see yourself doing for our band students for the 2026-2027 school year. Now, we will also take your personal nominations as well. There may be people in the room, your peers, your friends, the ones you sit in the stadiums with, that may recommend you or nominate you for a position. Now, with that, you do have the option to accept or decline, but it's always great for someone to volunteer you, right, and think that you would be great doing something. And so tonight, we want to make sure that we get that done, okay? So do we have any volunteers or any nominations for the role of president? Don't everybody raise your hand at once. Yep or no? That would be declined.
I'm already there.
Okay. All right. Did I see a hand raised? All right. No takers. Okay. Vice President.
Pam. Miss Pam.
Excellent. We have a nomination for Vice President.
Second. What you do an amazing job. You're phenomenal, Pam.
We got a second and it's written down, right? Excellent. All right, now, secretary position will absolutely be completely vacant next year because our current secretary is a senior parent. So we know that position for sure will be open and available. Do we have any takers or nominations for the role of secretary?
Miss Sarita. Sarita.
Sarita? Okay.
Sure.
Excellent. I love that. I love the enthusiasm. Anyone else? That was secretary. Treasurer?
Ashley King.
Erica Booker? I'm sorry. Was there anyone else? She did not. She did not at all, actually.
At all.
She said, "Did you accept?" You can, but can we put your name down? You can, but can we put your name down? These are just nominations. Okay. Okay, no worries. We can circle back to you. We'll find your place for sure. Excellent. All right, that was President, Vice President, Secretary, and Treasurer. Director of Concessions. Chris, not be trying to slide down in the chair, baby. What's up?
Yeah, I nominate Chris.
You and Mr. Henry? What we doing? A coin toss? What? Mercy.
I nominate both of them.
He said he gonna decline.
I nominate Crystal.
Okay, Crystal. Yes, but not anything really majorly different than what you experienced with Dutton. The other portion that's added, which again, keep in mind, it's gonna be your board, okay? Now, while I was president, I perceived that concessions and fundraising is the same thing because concessions is fundraising for the band. So it did not make sense for the director of concessions to only know what was happening in the concession stand and not know what was happening with the remainder of the fundraisers. Does that make sense? And so it made sense to us when we discussed it as a board to couple that. But you guys may make a different decision as a board. So Crystal will accept. He has a break and then he'll be back. He'll be back to get you. He'll be back. He'll be back. All right. Assistant Director of Concessions. Where is Brandy? She is not here tonight. Now we can nominate her and then we can let her know that she was nominated for that role and she gets the option to accept or not. That is, all right, excellent. So we're gonna put Brandy. And Crystal said she gon' accept. That's what she gon' accept. That's what she said. Y'all got it on record. Got it? All right. Fundraising coordinator. Y'all got it.
I think Stephanie said she wanted it.
What'd you say, Stephanie? You still
I thought she wanted it right here in the front, right here in the front. I don't know your name, I'm sorry, right here.
Miss Sarita?
No. I thought you told me you wanted to do front right here.
Never.
Never.
I said
she at the top of the
I said secretary. And that's okay. Okay, with secretary.
I remember you saying something about fundraising.
I said I'll participate every chance I get.
Maxia.
Oh,
Maxia.
that's a good one.
Yes, Maxia. Maxia can step up.
gonna pray about it.
I pray
Mixie
for
clutching
you.
pearls and she hadn't accepted it.
The Lord has
Thank you,
spoken.
right now. And it's been seconded.
Thank
All right.
you.
She accepts.
I feel ambushed.
Assistant fundraising coordinator. Stephanie.
You do such an amazing job.
Assistant
I'm sure I quit.
fundraising. Yes, ma'am. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Do we have an assistant?
My assistant. I am assistant.
I just heard somebody accept, but now y'all put your head down. What was Amber making up things? Mercy.
I nominate Ashley.
Ashley, assistant fundraising coordinator. I got a different spot for Ashley nomination. It's just my thoughts and my nomination. That's all. Don't mean nothing. All right, chaperone coordinator.
Yeah. Yeah, I was graduating too. Just saying so I do the wise.
Leela.
No.
Okay.
I was about to say it.
I was just letting you know there was a nomination on the floor. That was it. That was all.
I was about to say it.
Beat up both of them. Scenario. Beat back up. All right.
Anybody else in the room?
Did we do assistant treasurer? Did we do that one already?
I don't think so.
Assistant treasurer. Because that is another position that is currently filled with a senior parent. So we know that one will be vacant. Good with that. Okay, Ashley King. We did do assistant secretary, all right? No?
No.
I just did board.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad. Assistant secretary. Miss Christian. that what I
She
see?
great. She's a senior parent.
Oh. Ain't that something? How did that sneak up on us like that? Assistant secretary. Assistant secretary. I see a lot of new faces in the room where everybody looking down in their phones. Huh? We did not. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And it looks like she accepts joy. Right? That was fundraising, but we are on secretary. Okay. Stephanie, you've been nominated for assistant secretary. She accepts. Then we have the assistant director of concessions with Brandy, right? Nomination.
Brandy Barron.
All right. I am going to slide over that one and come back. Setup crew. Chris, are you reminding me? Chris Booker? Are there any other gentlemen in the room that would like to assist with the setup crew? Now, ladies, you're welcome, but we prefer the males just because they're dealing with all of our equipment and we want to make sure that it is transported safely, okay? All right. Medic coordinator is covered. Communications coordinator. I nominate
Karen.
of course. Now, is there anyone that would like to work with Karen as it relates to communications?
My niece offered. She's just not here for this.
Beautiful. Just to make sure she gets her name.
Okay.
All right, excellent. All right, now student services coordinator. And we are almost done, guys. Student services coordinator. Now this person would have to have a little bit of flexibility in their scheduling because this person would most likely need to be here right after school to ensure that the band eats before traveling and or before a game.
Can I nominate my mom?
Of course you can.
Because she already going to be here.
Of
She
course
was
you
so.
can. Of course you can. Just make sure Quita gets her name.
Dana Pierce. Dana Pierce.
Oh, okay, we related.
She already here. She already here. Just come from that
Now
place.
I believe I have everything but the security coordinator. Is that what you have as well? I mean, it's on default to the vice president if there's no register.
Okay, no.
That's what I'm saying.
The incumbent, that would be the city president.
That's not how these work. I'm sorry.
Tell me about this
That's not how these work. But okay.
Let me go up in the ballot.
See what I'm talking about? Let me make sure I check the stamp on you. All right. Which one did you say? I'm sorry. I got distracted. Thank you.
Chaperone.
Chaperone coordinator is where we have vacancies still and no nomination, as well as security coordinator. Y'all playing musical chairs on me. Yes, ma'am. Okay, excellent. We would love to put your name there. I know you. I was gonna say I know your face, but tell us your name. Joy Johnson. She said assistant chaperone coordinator. I just want to be clear there, but yes, yes. Okay. 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 Oh, she's going to remain. Okay. Yes. Okay, I was confused. I thought you were saying that Alexis had a nomination, and I'm like, yeah. What is it? Sure. What is it? Okay, Alexis, got you.
Absolutely. But she don't play.
That's it. All right. So as it relates to positions that are lacking nominations, you have president and you have chaperone coordinator, okay? Now, those positions can remain without a nomination until we vote, but we do want to make sure that if you believe between now and that meeting, I believe it's scheduled right now, May 5th. I'm going to tell you that as of right now as well, time and scheduling is very tight. We're trying to ensure we can either secure this band room or secure the middle school band room for our meetings, okay? Just because we have to make sure that one of our band directors is available as well to be here with us, okay? So I believe we have the meeting set for May 5th, but that is tentative, okay? So go ahead and put it in your calendars and then let me confirm. That would be the first Tuesday as opposed to the second Tuesday. Yes, ma'am.
Are you saying you're not going to nominate yourself?
No, ma'am, I am not. Thank you for asking that question out loud. No, ma'am, I am not. Yes.
Sometimes you got to say, when you do buy a ticket for the band, make sure it's a digital ticket so that when you get to the gate of the door and Randy and Stephanie checks you in, they will have that digital ticket to check everyone in. That way we won't have what we had last year where people just crash the party. So it's the way to keep organized. So if you don't have a digital ticket, you will not be able to come into the band. And this is the band director who's doing it. They need a digital ticket too.
Amen. Miss Lucretia, yes. So the middle school representative is actually selected by the band directors from the middle school. So they just tell us who that person is. So if we have any middle school parents in this room, and you will also be a middle school parent next year, being the middle school representative is an excellent way and an excellent bridge into the Band Booster board and committee family, okay? So if you still have middle schoolers, please do volunteer with Mr. Calvert and Ms. Wright and let them know that you want to be a middle school representative so you can be in the room and have a voice, okay? We want you in the room and we want you to have a voice, okay? No, vacancies, ma'am.
Well, how about this? I'm here for the next 6 years, so you might want to.
Just put permanent by your name. 6 years. Got it.
No, sir.
6 years on the side of Crystal, okay?
Note on that.
She gonna be here with Erica and Chris. And Miss Lucretia, you gotta come back, don't you? Yeah, I'm done. Done. All the way done. This the baby. We out of here. I'm excited about it. I'm sorry. I'm like parole. All right. So guys, I am not. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe it is this late in the game. Oh my gosh. So do keep in mind, president is still available. Okay. So if you know someone that's not in this room, but you talk to them in the stands and they want to get involved, let's do that. Okay. Even as it relates to those that have nominated, they might decide, you know what? I took the nomination for secretary or assistant secretary, but you know what? Let me go ahead and just exercise my presidential rights. And I believe in each and every last one of you, okay? Because this is such a beautiful position, y'all. It's really, like, real talk. I might be a little biased, but it's actually the best position on the board, okay? So you guys are really missing out, but don't do that. I'm being honest.
So we nominate
I'm sorry.
you?
Right.
Well, with my senior obligations,
Alexis coming back.
that is so beautiful, and I love that for everyone else involved. with my senior obligations coming up, you know, I am going to enjoy being a senior parent, and I love that for me. Thank you. She loves that for me too.
Me too.
All right. Thank you. So, what was it? President and chaperone coordinator, right? So definitely let your friends, family know, okay? I will send out another email in 7 to 10 days reminding us what we have as it relates to a mock ballot, okay? That way we can also fill in any other nominations or add any nominations, okay? Because we have a lot of people running unopposed. So at this point, we might as well just say, you got it, okay? But I get it. I get how this setting can be, okay? So if you have a nomination, please get those to Laquita Griffin within the next 7 to 10 days and or respond to that email with your name and nomination, letting us know where you would like to work and volunteer. Now, you may be in this room and you may say, hey, Beryl, I don't want a position. I don't want to commit to a position, but I commit to supporting the committee in any way that I can. If that's you, hey, we appreciate you and we need you too. Because Miss Crystal could be over the concession stand, but it's not going to do her any good to be the director of concessions and there's no one else in there with her, okay? That it's not going to work that way. So it will only work if we all do it together. All right? All right, any other questions, comments, concerns, problems, or perplexities? Yes.
I have 2 questions. The first question, is there, what's the process on absentee ballot? I don't think I read on absentee voting.
Okay, so we cannot vote via proxy, if you will. So we are supposed to be present. Okay. Okay, I got
Text
you.
my vote in?
I got you.
Okay.
I got you. What was your second question?
Oh, the second question, because of the band banquet, I guess, what is it? Participation, the ticket sales are kind of low. I noticed that on the form, it's +1, a student +1. So in my case, 2 parents.
Okay.
We both kind of want to go, but we can't add both of us to the +1. Is there an opportunity to open that up so more participation, more ticket sales can be made?
Okay. Did you hear her full question? All right, no worries. So, in short, the current option right now is a student and 1 parent. We have a family that wants to have both parents attend. Is there a way to purchase tickets for both parents, especially with us currently selling low tickets? Yes.
We have a lot of senior parents that are not coming.
So what do you suggest that they do?
It's first come, first served right now.
So then in that case, do the Google form with the student and the parent, and then do you want and mom and then the student and dad, or okay.
Okay.
Yes, that way I got to
That way you can connect them to who they belong to, right?
I already did her form with just her, so I need to.
With just her.
Yeah, so if, I'll talk.
I was gonna say, she should go to like main room. Okay. All right. Any other questions? Yes, ma'am.
I got a 8th grader now, so he'll be coming in as a freshman for the band. Actually my grandson. My son graduated in 2015, so I hadn't done this in a while. So what
Welcome
are the
back.
expectations for your incoming freshmen, like band camp, anything they need to be preparing for? Because that's what I thought this meeting was for. So I'm sitting here like, why am I here? So what are your expectations for your incoming band
Okay,
camp?
excellent question. So of course they are in spring camp currently right now, right? Which is something that's a little different than what they typically do because the 8th graders don't normally attend the spring camp. So this one is a little different, okay? Now, what I will say,
They always do.
they do?
Yeah.
Oh,
They always,
okay.
it was one week. It was one week. Year last year and year before. When our kids were.
When my baby was in high school, they had camp in the summer.
Right. So we will still have, they will have that as well. So what you definitely want to do with that incoming freshmen, and y'all, our returning babies, they need to hydrate. Okay, they have got to hydrate. Okay, and not a whole bunch of Powerade, Gatorade, like water. Not a whole bunch of water with all that little color and sugar in it either. They need real water, okay? What we have discovered, especially with adding in the medic coordinator, which is now, this is the 3rd year that we've had that, is that the more they hydrate, the less injuries they have. A lot of our babies, and I don't know if you all have noticed this, but a lot of them have ankle issues, leg issues, back issues, and most of the issues that they have directly stems to the fact that they are severely underhydrated, okay? So we definitely want to make sure that they're being like hydrated like seriously, okay? And then of course the other thing is everything that they're learning during this time period as it relates to spring camp, they want to ensure that they carry that over into summer. Spring is different because as of right now, they're working with their current leadership. When they come back in the summer, they'll actually be working with their newly installed leaderships and being fully acclimated into their position and being developed as a high school bandmate, okay? Janaya, is there anything else I can add for her as it relates to preparing for band camp? Okay?
So where will we get that information about that summer camp?
That is a really great question.
Facebook.
So with that, I will try to have that information inside of the email for us, or ask Mr. Bingy if he would go ahead and communicate that information to us so we can plan properly. If at all, like the very latest, it may be the banquet before we have confirmation, but I'll try to push for it a little sooner. What you got?
The medical stuff, like let leadership know that you have a medical condition. as
Oh,
well.
if your students though have any level of allergy, any level of information that we should know as it relates to the medic coordinator is concerned, like please don't give my baby this, or don't, like we need to know those things so that we don't potentially make any levels of error as it relates to caring for our students, okay? So if that is the case, please do communicate those as quickly as possible. Any other questions? I love that question. Thank you. Yes, ma'am. Her question was what to expect for like the middle schoolers that are coming into high school. What was their level of expectation in being acclimated into the band? What, 8 to 12?
With their
8
section,
to 1.
with their section one day, they go until 4, depending on their section.
And then some days they do have sectionals till 4. But typically all of that will be well communicated. Like he'll break you down in all of that. What other questions do you all have? That was excellent. Yes, ma'am. What's wrong?
I just didn't know, I don't know what any of these award positions do, any examples of what they do,
Okay.
but it seems like I got a feeling that it's some form of band involvement. Band involvement.
Okay. So it sounds like we can put you down for chaperone coordinator.
Probably not, because I don't have a lot of flexibility. And so
Scheduling
it would be
wise?
nice to know like what the expectations are, so that I can start to plan how to be involved.
Okay, that was a great. I think just plugging you in would be a great way.
I don't wanna just
No, your question is very fair. As it relates to time, okay, guys, it's really better when we do it together. Okay, probably the person that works the most and the hardest is gonna be Erica or whoever holds that treasurer position. Okay, because they gonna be everywhere doing a little bit of everything. Okay, and they have to kind of be in the know of all things. outside of that though, it's gotta be what you can offer to the band, and they gonna accept the time that you can give. And so in that, let's say your job would not allow you to physically chaperone, right? But you could communicate to all of the chaperones and make sure everybody is in place. They know what they need to do, where they need to be, what time they need to be there, and what things to do in that sense. And we are all very helpful as far as if you have a plan, we're gonna run with it, okay? So if you say, hey, Ashley, you on bus 1, Sarita, you on bus 2, you know, different things like that, that's exactly what it's gonna be. And we're gonna just report back to you and let you know, hey, this worked, or hey, that didn't work, okay? So I don't want anyone in this room to feel like, you know what, nope, y'all do the most, I don't have time for it, okay? Because it's not necessarily, now, I don't want to also tell you any false information, because there is a level of commitment, okay? We do meet as it relates to a board and a committee on the first Tuesday of every month. And then we have the overall parent band meeting. So while you're here, it's because actually we should be doing this every month. We should have this level of turnout every month so that we can keep this program moving forward. And even when we look around the room, when we consider that the high school band consistently had at least 100 students, this is not even 10% of parents, okay? And then don't add in the fact that we have 8th grade parents in the room, right? Or those entering in as 9th graders. And so now you're looking at 400 students as it relates to availability, or 200 students as it relates to availability. And we're looking at 5% of parent participation, okay? So the more we do together, the less time it takes them to plan, the less time it takes them to execute, because everybody is picking up their small piece. Does that make sense? Like, I don't know where we would be if Mr. Booker decided not to drive the truck. Because we don't need to ask him no questions. We just assume he gonna be there. You get what I'm saying? And so once you're in a place or a position like that, I will say that sometimes we do lack in communication, and we have not been as open in communication as we should, so that you would not feel like I don't know what you guys do, or if I should volunteer for that because I don't know if I have time for it. Did I answer your question in any way? So yes, we can put you for chaperone coordinator. Okay. I just wanted to make sure I didn't like say any convincing words or anything.
Can I follow up on that?
Of course you can.
So also consider if you have physical time versus, hey, I can sit in my bed for about an hour at home and work on some stuff. So like helping Karen with doing something like flyers for a fundraiser. It doesn't necessarily require your presence, but it is help. With the volunteer coordinator, you can say, hey, like you said, this person's going here, this person's going here, this person's going here. Chaperone coordinator is kind of the same thing. Hey, parents, we got this going on. We need people to volunteer. So it doesn't necessarily require your physical presence, but it requires some form of help. So, or if you're going to be at games on Fridays and we have a game here, spend like half the game in the concession stand and then watch half the game. You know, just kind of consider that. So it's flexible. It does require a level of commitment, but there are ways to where you can participate, and that's anyone in the room. There's ways you can participate without just completely diving in. Does that make sense?
Any other yes, ma'am.
I know that she's in band in 8th grade, but she participated in 9th grade. But they used to sit down like messages for like dates of chaperones and stand with the high school do that.
Yes, ma'am, absolutely.
Because I can do that, but this committee is something I
We would love to have you. Can't wait to see you in the concession stand. We got you. Any other? Yes. But you are not, your student is not currently in band, right?
she's on the dance team.
So currently you all have Remind information, right? With her being on dancing? With her being on the dance line, they still do like remind information and all that great stuff, right? Okay, yes. So it will be communicated there. And what we typically do as it relates to volunteering in that regard is usually the very first few meetings that we have at the top of the year would be very heavily on asking for volunteers and seeing where everyone would like to plug in. And so that information will be conveyed there as well. Excellent question. Amanda, can we leave you with the medic coordinator?
Say that again.
Medic coordinator?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
But I'm sure we already had that, right? Okay. Excellent. Your questions have been excellent, and you all have made this meeting very great. Thank you. I want to make sure that everyone's heart is clear.
We're doing some
Sorry,
church
it's the
open.
preacher in me.
Will that be one?
All right, sounds like we're all good. So, yes.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no, don't be sorry. That's why we're here.
I just got one more question. I don't know if you're going to answer this or not, but as far as like Benjamin, y'all know anything from Benjamin?
As far as what kind of items?
Like tumblers, t-shirts.
That would be Dr. Dallas and Miss Douglas as it relates to full out beaming, right? So I actually have like two-part answer, okay? So if you wanted to do it directly like your own business and you being displayed as a brand during the football games, then that would be a Dr. Dallas and Miss Douglas type conversation. But let's say, for instance, you say, hey, Erica, I made up these, or Crystal as the director of concessions and fundraising, hey, I made these 10 tumblers. I am going to donate them to the band for you all to sell at this price, and that would be fundraising for the band. That can be an option. Or you say to Crystal and Erica, hey, I have these tumblers, they are $20. You probably want to sell them for $30, so y'all can get 10 and I can get my 20. However you decide as a business you want to go forward with that, but we would definitely be open to having those conversations. And any other crowd y'all made, please let us know. Because we wanted to make a cute little pillow this year and it failed. It was an epic fail here, but we tried. Okay? All right? You guys have been so excellent. So thank you tonight for your attention. We are going to close out, and I'm going to ask Miss Lucretia if she'll come close us out. You can.